Hi guys, my name is Pajay Haykins. Welcome to my space, a space where thoughts flow freely and minds expand. Let's get the ball rolling. Yeah, this message is for the teenagers out there. If you are within the age range of 14 to 20, 21, 22, this message is for you. Just see me as your big bro, offering you a piece of advice. So stick around with me. Let's delve into this. You know, one thing about the society we live in, especially in this part of the world, is the fact that society has laid a path for us to follow, a structured one, which is not a bad one, but it's also not so good because it deprives of it deprives us of living our full potential, of exploring our purpose. Now, I'm speaking from a personal experience. Not just me alone, people within my age range in probably their early 30s to pretty much to their 40s or probably early 40s, we were a victim of the societal structure. What's the societal structure? Society has laid the path for you. You go to primary school, you go to secondary school or high school, whatever you might call it, and when you are done, you prepare to go to tertiary institution, which is not a bad thing, which is a beautiful thing, by the way. But it's just a structure that you just have to follow. No one is actually asking you what you want to do with your life. Now, let me give an example. During my time and the generation before me, let me just say the millennial and Gen X generation, what's the norms then? The norms then is when you are out of high school, when you passed out of secondary school or high school, you obtain JAM form. Before my own generation, I think I still met that uh, way of doing exams. You have the UTME, you have PCE, and other forms like that. I've forgotten. It's been a while. So you fill in for those forms and you try to get into tertiary institution. While doing that, you might be probably working in a factory, earning 8K, 10K, 12K, 15K, 5K. Of course, the economy was better then. The exchange rate was better compared to what we have now. So those money you can actually survive on those money compared to now. But it's still not enough. Now, what I'm trying to say here is not about the money. It's all about you living your purpose. But stay with me. Let's keep the conversation going. So it's either you are working in a factory or you go and learn a handwork, probably tailoring, barber, carpentry, electrician, and stuff like that. So while doing that, you are hoping to get into the tertiary institution, which is a race because it's not something easy. Some people stay at home for like 4, 5, 6 years, just trying to get into school. Some people spend a decade or more before they could get into the tertiary institution. I think admission is still quite easier now compared to then. So while doing that, we were focused because we were taught by the society that, you know what, until you get into this tertiary institution before you can fulfill your purpose, before you can live your life. So we are being deprived of living while still trying to figure out your admission out. Like we were not living there, we were just surviving. We were just trying to like keep up with that. Now some people learn these skills or this handwork, as you might call it. Some people learn this handwork and sometimes they are good. Well, they will learn the trade or the skill and they will do what we call freedom or whatever they call it. They will be on their own, they'll be making money while still trying to figure out this admission out. And when they got admitted into the tertiary institution, some of them will drop it and focus on school alone. Now, when they are done with their 4 or 5 years degree plus X, because that's what Nigeria is all about, especially in this part of the world, your school calendar or curriculum is 4 years plus X. The X is what? It's an additional factor. It might be internal strike, it might be ASU or KWASU. Oh, did I just say KWASU? KWASU is the name of the tertiary institution. It might be ASU or whatever SU they have. So now when they are done with this degree, some of them might go back to that handwork or some of them might start looking for a corporate job. Now society has made us see those handwork as something you used to survive. It's not something you should do for the rest of your life. They see that carpentry, that electrician as a lesser people compared to people who wear suits to their office, people in the corporate world. Even sometimes these people earn more than those in the corporate world. These people are useful to the society sometimes compared to people in the corporate world. What you are doing then now, AI is taking up AI is taking up that job. So presently now you are pretty much useless, if I might put it that way. No disrespect. But carpentry is still doing their work. The plumbers are still doing their work. The electricians are still doing their work. So those were the norms then. People were put into the box. They were not allowed to think outside the box that, you know what, I can do something with my life. Now, it doesn't even have to be that you go and learn a handwork. What I'm trying to say now is all about, if you're in your teens now, that you are done with secondary school, you want to go to into tertiary institution, sit back and just relax first. Reflect. Just put yourself in that solitary or solitude and think about your life. What do I want to do with my life? Just ask yourself that question. What do I want to do with my life? Before your parent decides what they want you to do, just think. I'm not saying you should be rebellious towards your parents, or you should not listen to them, but you yourself, you should know what you are trying to do, because half of the times parents do try to live their life through their kids. Some parents, because they were not educated or they didn't go to tertiary institution, like my kids must go to tertiary institution by all means, which is not a bad thing. You want your kids to be better than you, but however, you have to look it. You have to look it in some way. You're actually living your future off your kids, because your kids has his or her own plan to follow, has his or her own path to follow, but you want to make sure they do it your way or the way you want it. I was having a conversation with my friend one day, and he said something. He said Nigerian parents or African parents uh, prefer to say, you know what, my kid, my son just finished from Unilag or Unibad, or just finished his degree, but he's looking for work, where to work, or he's looking for a job, something like that. They prefer it than you. Probably you didn't go to that tertiary institution, or you learn a skill and you're thriving in your career. They prefer it to something like that. They just want that, that dopamine feeling of, my kids went to school. What are you telling my kids? My son has a master's degree in so. I'm not saying those degrees are bad. Today is not even the conversation for tertiary institution or degree or anything. But it's more of a conversation of living in your purpose, living in your potential. If you do what you love, you do it for the rest of your life. If you do what you love, you'll be happy. You'll be in a good space mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. So it's not just all about the money. It's all about your purpose. You living in your purpose. And when you have let me say, just say 20 to 30% of people living in their purpose in a particular country, that country will thrive. The country will be prosperous, because everything is now about the government. We need to look inward. You need to do something to make this economy thrive. That's just a fact. So where I'm going again with this conversation is, you should reflect. Think about your life. What is my purpose? Now, purpose is not something you look for like that. Purpose sometimes can be hidden, can be subtle, and you might not be paying attention. That's why you need to train your intuition. You need to train your instinct to, to listen to your inner thoughts, your inner self, telling you that, you know what, why don't you do this? Now, some of you in your daily activities, in your day-to-day activities, when you wake up, you might probably like to sweep your house. Like, you like sweeping, you like making this, like tidying up places. It's just a normal routine. Like, you can't deal with sitting in an environment that is not so clean. Trust me, cleaning is your purpose. You just don't know. You might see it as, why will I be cleaning? Your purpose doesn't have to even be like life changing like that. You don't have to be the Malcolm X or Fela Anikula Kukuti or Martin Luther King. You don't have to be. Your purpose doesn't have to be magnificent as such. You just have to. Your purpose can be something subtle, but when you are doing it, you are good. You feel good. You'll be happy. You'll be happy doing it. So sometimes you might be sweeping. I can't give an advice to my younger self that, you know what, you just have to do this. You just have to do that, because 10 years from now, we don't know what might be the sought after skills. We don't know what might be what you will serve as your meal ticket. You can't predict something like that. The best thing is just for you to make sure you are doing well, make sure you are tapping into your inner potential and exploring your potential. Now, there's this also trend we have now. People believe that, skill set is the way forward. my son must have a skill, even though even though he wants to, I want him to have a degree, and my daughter must have a skill, even though I want him to have a degree, which is fine. We now see kids under 10 years old going to learn baba. Some you see some of them, they are still short like this, and they're going to learn barbing. Like, why don't you let the kids just live for now? Like, this is the moment he's trying to like develop. Let him enjoy himself. Let him explore him ourselves. Let him just be happy. When the time comes, he's going to learn that skill. Now, there's something with this pattern of most, especially the female. You see them learning hairdressing, makeup, tailoring, sometimes catering is within those four skills. Like, why? We need more female in the media, especially we are in the international women era. So we are having the moment of celebrating women. We need more people in tech. Why don't you learn the skill of mobile app application, like how to design a mobile app, web designing, agile, scrum master? Do something. I'm not saying you must go through that route. If that route is not your forte or what you think you might not thrive in, you can choose another thing. But you shouldn't, because this skill set is actually a societal pattern too. You might just be missing out on it based on the fact that I'm learning a skill. I think I'm doing better. No, sometimes you are just in the wrong place. You have to do what you like. You have to do what you love. You have to look inward and see what aligns with your purpose. Like the skill set that aligns with your purpose. You have to do it. We need more people. I need more female writers. I want females to be a copywriter that will write a sales copy for a brand. We need more broadcasters, more females in the broadcasting industry. Of course, in the broadcasting industry, we have quite a lot of females there, but we need more of them. We need more female even in governance. You guys need to change the narrative. You need to like be involved in policy making. We need more female to do better things. So this is just a message to my younger self. If I am in my teen now, these are things I would do. I will tap into my purpose. Now, luckily for me, I didn't run out of my purpose. Luckily for me, the society, I was able to like fight the society to some extent. Even though I still follow that path, but I was still able to fight with the societal structure and things like that. Things I'm doing now, I enjoy doing them. The way I'm talking now, this is just me. I like to talk. I like to have conversation. I talk to myself every day. Of course, some of you might see that as a mental crisis or whatever, but that's a topic for another day. Talking to yourself is actually not a bad thing. What is bad is hallucination. That's when you are talking to yourself and you are replying yourself at the same time. That's hallucination. That's a mental malady, or probably you are suffering from psychosis or whatever. But talking to yourself, a creative person talk to his or herself. It's just normal. You ruminate over decisions. It helps in problem solving, and it's a creative way to just express yourself. And as a broadcaster, you have to talk to yourself. There's no how you want to do it, because before you come on air or online to talk, you have to rehearse. You have to talk to yourself. You have to ruminate over the topic you are about to speak on. So talking to yourself is a beautiful thing. So I talk to myself a lot. So me talking now is not a surprise to me. I've always known from kid that I will be a public speaker. I will talk to people. It has always been me. Writing, I love to write. I'm very imaginative. Like, I can imagine a lot of things, and I have that photographic memory that I get to remember a lot of things that are not even useful to me. I just remember randomly. So writing has always been my thing. I've always been expressive. I've always liked to express my thoughts. I've always been that opinionated person and things like that. So I'm still living my purpose, even though I think I'm late. I won't say I'm late to the party. There's actually no time frame for it. Like the saying goes, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years before now and 20 years from now. So I'm not still late to the party, but I wish I would have had gotten into this earlier before now. So the message is just for you, young adult. I'm also a young adult though, but I'm like a big bro to you. So just see it as, like I said before, a big bro offering you a piece of advice. Rest in your purpose. Tap into your inner potential. Know what you want for yourself. Don't follow the societal structure. The society does not have your interests at heart. The society doesn't even know what they are doing. Now, everyone, it's not that I know what I'm doing now, but I'm still walking through my best guesses. Now, how do I walk through my best guesses? I'm following my intuition. I'm following my instincts. I'm tapping into my inner self. I'm talking to myself. Like, what do I want to do? And it's good to pray to God too. Pray to God for revelation, instruction, and guidance. It will work. Instead of you praying that God buy me car, buy me wristwatch, all those things are byproduct of what you are doing. If you start living in your purpose, you'll be prosperous. And you get that those car, those watches. There are people that don't believe in God that are very extremely rich, extremely wealthy. It's not because of the fact that they don't believe in God is what made them rich. It's because they are able to like tap into their potential. So just tap into your potential. Even in the Quran, God said, that is to say, I'll bless everyone on earth. Now, when it gets to the paradise, I can now separate people that worship me or people that desire not to worship me or things like that. I just have to go there. Even in scripture, God said, I've forgotten this particular scripture. Don't let me say something wrong. So, what I'm just trying to say in essence is all about tap into your potential. Make sure you are living your life. Make sure you are living your truth. Make sure you are thriving, not surviving. Just find yourself in your purpose and walk through it. So instead of you trying to just follow the societal route that might not be okay for you, some people survive the societal structure. They were able to carve a niche for themselves and they are good. There's nothing wrong in doing a 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong in doing following that easy path. But there's something wrong in you not living your purpose. Like I said, your purpose doesn't have to even fetch you money. Sometimes it might just be your hobby that you do. But make sure you are doing it. Make sure you don't let the chaos of the day to silence that part of your life. Make sure you don't allow that chaos of your everyday hustle and bustle to relegate that to the background. So that's it. And that's the message for today. I hope you learn 1 or 2 things, or probably 3 or 4 things, or probably 5 or 6 things. I'm just messing around. So that's just the message for today. You all should have a good one. Cheers. My name is Pajay Haykins. Bye for now.